Welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Like, comment, and subscribe. All of that. Tobias and myself, Shaq. All right, Tobias. Breaking news: King Jurgen Klopp is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. No one saw it coming. It's kept quiet. He basically said since November that he's told the board, told the players that he's leaving at the end of the season. It's going to be a hard act to follow for somebody else to come in. Who's next for the Klopp? The Klopp era's come to the end. So who's next? Who comes in? Who do you think Liverpool should go to get in?
To be fair, who's next or what next? Because it's not only Klopp that's leaving.
It's the whole backline. Yeah,
you got the whole backroom that's leaving.
Yeah.
You lot are known or not known for spending massive monies anywhere. A new manager is going to come with his new ideas and new identity anyway, and he's gonna want to install his own players. So where does that leave the likes of certain players? You're going to potentially lose Mo. I don't see Mo staying. Absolutely not now. He held on for the year. There's a lot of changes. There's an awful lot of changes coming, and I think that you've got to be very short-sighted and just all I see is who's next, and it's Xavi. I'm like, is that okay? Cool. We need to think a bit bigger, though, man. Like, what's going on? How did it get to this? Why are we accepting the reasonings that he's given? Is that
100%? 100%. Like, is what this going to be 8 full seasons? Basically, his 9th year at the club. If you look at managers all around Europe, how long do they actually stay at clubs? No more these days. Managers don't stay at clubs for no more than 3-4 years max. Now, I think the pressure, especially in the Premier League, is intensified. I believe Pep's next. I think he's next. Yeah. I think Pep. I wouldn't be surprised if Man City won the league this season. I think he'd be gone. He's next. I just think now managers don't stay too long. He's been at Liverpool for 9 years, and Liverpool fans have to kind of think, you know what, we've had a good ride. Now we need to move on after this, and we've got to get used to managers now staying for 2, 3, 4 years and going. It's a bit like
managers only stay 2-3 years because they're not successful. That's the whole point. Like if a manager can stay, he's wet because if he said he's not coming back to the Prem, so he's never gonna do that. He says he's too young, you'd say, to go international. Where does he go? You can say that. Is he gonna go Bayern? Doubtful.
No, I think he does international. I think he does a Germany job. Maybe
you reckon he goes straight into international?
Yeah. I don't see him managing another club. I think Bayern doesn't suit him because he just thinks anybody can win the league with Bayern.
Real doesn't suit him.
Real doesn't suit him. Barca doesn't suit him. I don't think the Serie A appeals to him. Maybe AC Milan or Inter, but would they have the patience for him to build a team to challenge like the Juventus and the etc.? But I think he'd go international. I wouldn't be surprised he just retires and go off in the sunset. Okay. I think if he wins, say 2-3 trophies or a couple of trophies, wins the league and Europa League, I think he might say, you know what, I'm done. I've had a good career. I'll go down as one of the great managers of his generation. And it could be done. I think 9 years is a long time. And what he's done with Liverpool are in the doldrums, the dumps, the depths of the depths. Shocking team.
Everything was in the depths, though. You wasn't.
No, Tobias was in the depths. Listen, you look at the bro. You're chatting rubbish. The squad he had, it was the depths. So all these like Ten Hag, you could type in his first ever team. The Ten Hags had better squads. All these managers had better squads than Klopp. Klopp had to start from the bottom and rise. And then to top it off, he had to, I know he got Van Dijk with the Coutinho money, his best player leaving to Barcelona. Then he had to buy certain players to get Liverpool to back where they are. He has done a magnificent job for Liverpool. Bro. 9 years at the club. It was coming. And I didn't see it this season, but more than likely, he most probably would have left last season. but he couldn't leave Liverpool in the dire straits they were last year. And he's built this team again. They're top. They're in every competition. For the next manager to come in, you've got a good base. Like, there's no excuse for not.
A good base for Klopp, though.
No, it's a good place. No, a good place for a top manager or a good manager to keep going. Because if you look at either example, I'm not going to go start. I'm just going to start with De Zerbi. You're telling me if De Zerbi doesn't come in to Liverpool with the caliber of players we've got and the style of football he's played at Brighton, he couldn't do that straight away at Liverpool.
We would look at it like it's that simple,
bro.
It's not that simple.
It is because
right.
because the base of players is there for you to start off with. It's not like Ten Hag where he's coming when it's a complete mess, or other clubs like Ange has come in and the club was a complete mess and he's turned it around straight away. So
isn't it harder to come into a place that's well run and everyone a happy camp than to go in something that's disarray? Of course it is, because all these players are emotional. Their loyalties are towards Klopp. If you look at it, a lot of these players that you could say that would say, I want to start, that's getting left into the back burner because Klopp's the biggest fish at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're getting a manager now of not the same ilk as Klopp and not the same respect level as Klopp. So you think it's just going to transition so easily?
Of course it will, because we're not going to get a manager who's just going to come in and try and be a disciplinarian and do this and do that. There's not that much for a new manager to come in and do. Yes, they might have a different style of football. We might go through a transitional period because the new manager might play a slightly different way of playing. But Liverpool are not stupid. They will get a manager kind of in the same ilk as the style of football. Maybe not the same type of personality, because personally, I think they need a complete opposite to Jurgen Klopp. Not a Simeone who was emotional, because Liverpool fans think you're trying to be another Jurgen Klopp. So Liverpool need a complete different manager, in a sense of a calm manager, a manager who's quiet, a manager with a different style of football, but the base is there for him to succeed. And if you look at, say, for example, De Zerbi, what he's done at Brighton, the style of football he's done, you're telling me you can't go into Liverpool and play that style of football? I think he is a manager that is a world-class manager in the making. He just needs to go and prove it at a big club. Or you go for Xabi Alonso, which would be my choice, especially if he wins the Bundesliga. He's a young manager coming through. He took over Bayer Leverkusen when they were second from bottom. Next season, they're top. Haven't lost. The only team in Europe who hasn't lost a game. They're 4 points clear of Bayern Munich. He works in the German clubs work in the same kind of restraint as Liverpool, in a sense of they spend within their means, or they might tighten their loose strings for a season and go out and splash, and then next year they might not sign anybody. So he will know what he's coming into. De Zerbi the same. De Zerbi hasn't bought massive players. He's bought players really and made them better. So you look at them type of managers that you think, okay, they would fit into the remit of Liverpool. I'm not saying it's going to be plain sailing, because these guys, you've had Alex, the greatest manager the Premier League's ever seen. So it will take time. But for the new manager to come in, if you've got a spine of Alisson, Van Dijk, Szoboszlai, and Jota, say Salah goes, and Trent, and you look at that spine of players, you've got that to work with.
But how many times have you said previously that Trent doesn't get in if enough money comes in? You've said it, and then there's another element as well. Do these managers actually want to replace Klopp right now? Because that's a difficult job. So 100%. Do you want to be the first person?
100%. I agree.
So you look at everyone's looking at things very simple right now, and I don't think it's that simple.
But I think Liverpool fans will know that when a new manager comes in, we cannot expect him to come in and do what Klopp's doing, what Klopp done last year, in the sense of fighting for the title. We should be looking for maybe picking up a trophy and consolidate top four, and then maybe next year, this team's young, so this next year, so 1 year might be a transitional period, and then next year we go again. I think Liverpool, say the truth, One thing we can say about FSG, yes, they are tight. I'm not really the biggest fans, but one thing you can say about them, they do plan. They do plan. I think that they've got somebody in mind already. They do plan. They don't do things off the cuff. They will plan and they will get the right manager in.
They would have been planning for 26, not now. Planning now, like you can't plan for something you didn't know what was going to happen. You only knew
November. No, they do in November.
Yeah, so that's it.
So
from November to now, you can't say you're going to have a plan in place because everyone was going to know regardless.
Yeah, but in November, you will look at the type of managers you would have on your shortlist. What about it? Type of managers you have on your shortlist, and you think, okay, this guy could do it because the way they work at his previous club. This guy could do it. Could work at his previous club. No, this guy's an elite manager, but he couldn't work in the way we work. So they would have a list. They might not have spoken to the players or spoken to the manager, but they would have a list of players, the managers. They will think, you know what, 1 to ABC, they could do the job. And I think if they can get the right manager in, the base is there for them to still go on and really compete. I don't think it's going to be. I know it's going to be a time for transition because the way Klopp had the whole of Liverpool, I don't think I've seen a manager in my lifetime as a Liverpool supporter, as a Liverpool manager, that's had everybody on board. And that's hard to do. So it is a hard act to follow. Well, someone's got to do it. I don't know if Xabi Alonso's got the experience to go from Leverkusen to a Liverpool. That's a massive jump. But if you look at as a decorated as a player, one of the greatest players in the Premier League era, the one midfield player we never talk about, which is mad. He's up there with any of them. You look at what he's done at Bayern. He's at Real Madrid. He's at Liverpool. Won Champions League as a player. He's played under Benitez. He's played under Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho. Come under Pep. So
his dad's a manager.
That's what I'm saying. So he's maybe built to be the next great one. And if he's available, you most probably get him. Because if you look at the decorate, he will get respect to the players immediately. Even if you don't think he's a good manager, immediately, there's not one player they'll think, who's this guy? Xabi Alonso, better than all of you. One of the greatest midfield players of his generation.
Well, the main thing is the fans, isn't it? If you get the fans as well as the players on side, and all the fans want Xabi Alonso. So.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. So he's got a chance. He's got a chance, and they will give him a chance. And I think Liverpool's a club where we won't be going, we should be fighting for the title in the sense of, I think if he comes in next year, if he gets top 4 and nicks a trophy in his first year, that gives him time to build. And I think he could do that with the players he's got. And with a couple of additions, I think we'll still be up there fighting. But it's going to be interesting anyway. But yeah, it's a sad day. When I saw the messages on my phone, and my phone usually goes off. I was at work, and I remember I'm thinking my phone just keep going off, and my phone's usually quiet. I'm thinking, what the hell? Then I was in another group, and I saw Liverpool back to being mid-table. I was like, what? Then I saw the picture of Jurgen Klopp. Oh my god, it felt like a bereavement, like someone just died, brother.
Yeah, well, you want to say that? Good man, hold that, man. It's been a great day. It's been a great day. I don't know about you yet, but he's been a great day.
All right, guys. What do you think? Who do you think should take over? Do you think De Zerbi, Xabi Alonso, who even Steven Gerrard? Tobias, last word.
Klopp out, man. Get the hell out of here.
We are Real Talk Football TV. We are out.